are you, my fascinating Renaissance friends? There comes a point in time, not usually during the time of our youth, but in this season of life, that we simply stop rushing for answers. Okay, sound bites, okay, from quotes, etc. But we sit down quietly to ask better questions. Okay? And this YouTube is a space for those types of conversations. Here, we discuss about life, dissect life as it really is lived, not according to fantasy, but according to illusion. That life is complex, but beautiful and unfinished, meaning it's still unfolding. Not because we would like to insist on everybody, telling them how to live their lives. We don't do that. But it's just really encouraging them to really, look deeply in how life is unfolding and how life is teaching them. So, welcome to episode 168. This is your this is my season of life, 60 years and beyond. And today, I want to speak with you after the past episodes. Still in the month of love, month of February, the dark side of love, the dark side of love. Okay, because some people romanticize love. The Greeks were learning a lot from the Greeks, and we will learn from history and psychology as well. We talk about what modern psychology has said about that. But for now, let's talk about the dark side of love, not to frighten us. Okay, you say, "Oh, I'm never fall in love again." No, the dark side of love. Okay, not to frighten us, not to make us afraid, but to free us. Okay, because many of the deepest wounds, deepest wounds, are not really caused by loving too much, but love without knowledge. We don't know. Okay, so we will look at three again. Love stories from Greek mythology. We're continuing Greek mythology. The first one is the story of Narcissus. From Narcissus, we get narcissistic personality, which is a personality disorder that is the cause of mental breakdowns of people in such a narcissistic relationship. Narcissus. Okay, and who is Narcissus? Well, in Greek mythology, he falls in love. Okay, falls in love with with his own reflection in the pool. One day he was passing by the pool. He saw his reflection, and he fell in love with himself. Okay, so the gods cursed him because of his vanity. So it's not just about that though, because the tragedy is not that he fell in love with himself, but he is caught, okay, inside himself. He is trapped within himself. All right. So what's the result of that? He could never, okay, see the reality of the other person. Love needs an other. Okay, I know in episode 164 we talk about the six types of love. The last one is philosia. Remember that? Which is self-love. Okay, there is a part, okay, this is a type of love for ourselves, but that is supposed to be a healthy respect and care for ourselves. This is definitely not unhealthy because the focus is solely on himself. There is no the other, okay, recipient of that. Okay, so what happens? Okay, this is not love. This is emotional isolation. All right, because he is not capable, of seeing another person capable of his love. That is a tragedy of Narcissus. So now there's a mental, illness or problem named after him. Okay, very, very dangerous kind of partner. Okay, all right. How about the second one? Is we learn from Phaedra. Phaedra. Now, Phaedra's story is very uncomfortable. Okay, so she is consumed. Okay, in Greek mythology, she is consumed by forbidden desire. Wow. Movies would always show you forbidden desire as exciting. You fall in love with somebody else's husband or wife. Oh, it's exciting. It's forbidden love. It's the forbidden love there. She fell desperately in love and lusted after her own stepson. Okay. So the gods, really punished her. Okay. So what followed? Okay. That forbidden desire for the stepson is lots of disasters and tragedy, involving lots of people. So what is the lesson here? If a desire is not it says here, if desire is not examined properly, it what develops into obsession, and obsession leads to what? To destruction of not only the person who is obsessed, but the person they are obsessed with. Okay, it eventually it demands a cost. Okay, it demands a payment. Okay, Fedra reminds us as feelings, no matter how intense, are not moral absolutes. Because, well, I feel so strongly about this person. It must be right. Remember, the statement, I feel it, so it must be right. Okay? Well, Fedra's story tells us otherwise. In the second half of life, we accept that there are very strong longings. We just accept there are, but some strong longings must never be fulfilled. They must just be felt, learn from it, and let go. Otherwise, disaster will strike. Okay? So, the last story is that of Medea. Oh my, Medea. Perhaps no myth is more chilling as the story of Medea. Okay, Medea falls in love. She gives everything. Okay, she loved too much. She forgot herself. She forgot her country. She forgot her homeland, her destiny. In short, she forgot all about herself. Okay, and gave everything to the person she loved. What's the tragedy here? That person she loved and sacrificed everything, he betrayed her. He betrayed her. So, what happened to Medea? Medea was consumed with rage, vengeance, and cruelty on everyone, okay, that has wronged her. You see, there is this classic statement. Let me read. But by the way, Medea is a powerful sorceress. Sorceress means a witch. Okay. What a way to fall in love with a witch and betray her. Okay. In 1697 there was this novel or story, okay, entitled "The Mourning Bride." Mourning, Mourning, mourning grief. Okay, you mourn for somebody who died. So grief-stricken bride. It was written in 1697, and it has this very famous sentence: "Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned." I'm sure you have heard this. Okay, Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Scorned means a woman betrayed. And I think, there's so many movies about, a wife betrayed, a woman left, etc., and the kind of havoc, kind of, a kind of, how do you call this, a lot of killings involved. That's Medea for you. Okay, so, what's the learning here? If love demands self erasure, meaning if love demands that you erase your identity and give everything to the one you love, eventually it turns violent. Inwardly, you destroy yourself, and outwardly, you destroy people. Medea's tragedy is not that she loved too much. She loved without preserving herself. She lost herself. And when she lost herself, she actually, destroyed everything, okay, that took away that self identity. Okay, so what did we learn here? Okay, my friends, what did we learn here? Okay, imbalance kills. Imbalance is not healthy anymore. Love without boundaries is not healthy. Desire without reflection is dangerous. Attachment without identity is really going to be bad. Okay? The Greeks understood what we are reluctant to accept, and that is love is not meant to consume us. It is meant to elevate us. It is meant to enrich us. It is meant, okay, to make us better people, not worse people. I could not say, goodbye without telling you the latest, well, this is not new, I think last year. This has been last year. It's Paramount streaming. The title of that series is Fellow Travelers. It is a love between two men. So I suppose in itself is controversial. But there's the character Tim and the character Hawk. Tim is dying. Okay, but before he died, he told this to Hawk. And it's very haunting. It's very it's very romantic, but it's very dangerous. And let me read. I have loved you with a consuming love. That's what he said. I have never loved anyone but you. Most people never get that. I have. I have no regret. Well, it's wonderful. But the point is, I have loved you with a consuming love. That's for me very, very chilling. Okay? So, my fascinating Renaissance friends, let's continue. Okay, this unfolding. Okay, let's continue this conversation. And this is what live life is all about. Until then, may you continue to age gracefully, age wisely, and age elegantly. This is Miss Maru Cervantes saying goodbye.